Hey everyone, welcome to Reality TV News Update, the place where we bring you the latest updates, fun moments, and behind-the-scenes stories you won't want to miss. The ballroom shimmered with soft gold lighting, the kind meant to make charity galas feel magical instead of formal. Crystal chandeliers dangled overhead, their reflections dancing across the marble floors as guests arrived in gowns, tuxedos, and the occasional high-profile designer suit. It was one of the biggest charity events of the season, the March of Dimes Benefit Gala in Los Angeles, and the guest list was stacked with celebrities, philanthropists, influencers, and surprisingly, two former Big Brother 27 contestants who hadn't been seen together in months. Katherine Hale, known to BB27 fans for her sharp eye rolls and razor-edged confessionals, arrived precisely at 7:10 p.m. in a sleek, off-the-shoulder navy gown. Her hair, styled into soft waves, cascaded over one shoulder. She smiled politely at photographers but avoided the press line entirely, a move fans would later debate online. Inside the venue, her heels clicked sharply on the tile as she accepted a champagne flute from a passing server. Her eyes scanned the room. She wasn't nervous exactly, but she was alert. Tonight wasn't just a charity appearance, it was a test. Because also confirmed for attendance, much to the shock of the entire BB27 fandom, was Rylie Jamieson. Rylie, the fiery, quick-to-react wildcard who once told Katherine to watch your attitude in a hallway blow-up that produced one of the season's most quoted memes. Their feud had powered the mid-season storyline. Their tension was broadcast, clipped, edited, gifted, memed, dissected, and turned into TikToks. And when the show ended, the feud? It didn't. So seeing both names on the same charity roster, the hashtag BB27 hashtags had been buzzing for days. But tonight wasn't about them, Katherine reminded herself for the 50th time as she stepped further into the ballroom. This wasn't the Big Brother house. There were no hidden cameras, no DR sessions, no competitions to win. Her reason for attending was simple: support a cause she genuinely believed in. She had family members who had benefited from March of Dimes programs. She was here to give back, nothing more, nothing less. At least that's what she kept telling herself. Across the room, Rylie arrived 15 minutes after Katherine. In typical Rylie fashion, she entered with confidence, chin up, shoulders back, black jumpsuit glittering beneath the chandeliers. Her blonde hair was pulled into a high ponytail, sleek and intentional. She greeted photographers with a bright, practiced smile. "What inspired you to attend tonight?" asked one. "The cause," she said simply. "And also, maybe some unexpected reunions." She winked, and the internet collectively combusted. Inside the ballroom, she spotted Katherine almost immediately. She'd always been annoyingly good at detecting Katherine's presence, the same way two magnets sense each other, whether they want to connect or repel. Rylie inhaled slowly. It had been months since they'd spoken, real conversation, not vague comments or subtweets. Their feud had cooled but never quite extinguished, like embers beneath ash. The idea of being in the same room again had seemed surreal until now. Their gazes collided from opposite sides of the ballroom. A silent beat stretched between them. Katherine raised her chin slightly. Rylie exhaled. This was happening. A necessary reunion. "Should we go say hi?" Rylie's friend whispered, tugging lightly at her elbow. Rylie shook her head. "No, I'll handle it." Meanwhile, Katherine was doing her best to maintain a neutral expression while sipping her champagne, but her stomach twisted in ways she refused to acknowledge. Maybe it was the gala nerves. Maybe the memories. Maybe something else. She didn't have time to unpack it because suddenly, "Hey!" Katherine turned. There she was, Rylie. Standing inches away, hands clasped in front of her, expression unreadable but softer than Katherine remembered. "Hi," Katherine replied, her voice steady, though her pulse wasn't. An awkward moment passed, the kind too real for TV edits. "You look good," Rylie said finally. Katherine almost smiled. "You too." They stood there, two people with a messy, tangled history, unsure how to introduce themselves to the next chapter. Trying to talk. "So this is unexpected," Rylie said. "Is it?" Katherine asked lightly. "We both do charity work." "Yeah, but the same event." Rylie tilted her head. "Come on, fans are going to explode." "Let them," Katherine said, a small smirk forming. "Maybe they'll stop making conspiracy theories about us hating each other." Rylie laughed, actually laughed, and Katherine's stomach flipped unexpectedly. "I don't hate you," Rylie said. "Could have fooled me." Rylie winced. "Okay, fair." Another silence. Then Katherine surprised even herself by saying, Do you want to get a drink? Like actual talking, not passive-aggressive hallway fight talking? Rylie blinked. Yeah, I'd like that. At the cocktail table, they found a quiet lounge area near the silent auction tables. A pianist played softly in the background. The low lighting made everything look softer, more forgiving. So, Rylie began, swirling her drink, I guess the big question is, are we good? I don't know, Katherine replied honestly. Are we? I want to be. Katherine looked up sharply. Rylie continued, voice gentler than Katherine had ever heard it. We were both dealing with a lot in that house. Stress, pressure, confusion, and we pushed each other's buttons like it was a sport. Katherine snorted quietly. We were really good at it. The best, a small smile. But I'm not interested in holding on to drama from months ago, not when we're out here trying to support something meaningful. Katherine studied her. Rylie wasn't performing, not acting for cameras, not arguing, not deflecting, just speaking. Honestly. For once. I didn't hate you either, Katherine said at last. I actually respected you a lot. Rylie blinked, surprised, and then, almost shyly, she smiled. The photo everyone talked about. An event organizer tapped their shoulders. Apologies, he said politely, but we're gathering celebrity guests for a group photo near the stage. You're both on the list. Both. Of course. Katherine and Rylie exchanged a look. You ready? Katherine asked. Rylie smirked. Always. They walked side by side across the ballroom, something no fan would have predicted. As they approached the stage, they naturally gravitated closer, their arms brushing lightly. Neither stepped away. When the photographer motioned for everyone to squeeze together, Rylie touched Katherine's elbow, guiding her into place. Flash. 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 One of the photos would later go viral. Rylie and Katherine standing close, their expressions relaxed and genuinely happy. The fandom would dissect it for weeks. But right now, as the last camera clicked, all they felt was simple relief. Maybe even something like peace. A real conversation. The rest of the evening unfolded with unexpected warmth. They bid on silent auction items. They chatted with donors. They laughed, really laughed, about ridiculous BB27 moments neither had mentioned in ages. At one point, during the charity speech, Rylie leaned over and whispered, I'm glad you came tonight. Katherine's reply was soft but sincere. Me too. Later, as the gala wound down, they found themselves outside on the terrace, the city glittering below them. So, Rylie said, leaning on the railing, do you think this means we're friends? Katherine took a breath. Friends. The word felt strange, but right. I think we could be, she said. If you want to. Rylie nudged her shoulder lightly. I do. Another quiet moment passed. Then Rylie added, besides, we owe it to the fans. We've terrorized them enough. Katherine burst out laughing. We really have. The walk to the cars. When the gala finally ended, they walked out together, their heels clicking in sync on the pavement. A few paparazzi snapped photos, but neither seemed bothered. Maybe we should hang out again, Rylie said as her car pulled up. Yeah. Let's not wait for another charity event. Rylie smiled. A real, warm smile. Good night, Katherine. Good night, Rylie. And as they separated into different cars, both felt something unexpected. Hope. Because sometimes the hardest reunions lead to the best beginnings. And tonight, at a charity event meant to uplift families and celebrate resilience, Katherine and Rylie found a little of that resilience in themselves. The feud was over. The chapter had turned. And somewhere, the BB27 fandom screamed into the void, thrilled, shocked, confused, and absolutely loving it.